and now it's gone. It was this sort of colour.
Oh dear.
Everton. This is a restaurant that produces the finest food that can be prepared by man. If you can imagine anything more appalling to discover on your plate than a used elastoplast, then I don't want to know what it is.
A Sticky Situation. Chef, Thursday at 9:30 on BBC1. Well, what of Wednesday? Eldorado is at 7, Tomorrow's World at 7:30. And then a thought, if Jimmy Tarbuck is suspected of arms dealing, you can be sure that the detectives, Jasper Carrott and Robert Powell, will be on the case at 8 o'clock. And they'll be given some professional golfing tips from Tony Jacklin. The comedy continues at 8:30 with a revealing look behind the scenes of daytime television, courtesy of Victoria Wood. After the 9 o'clock news, Clive James at 9:30 homes in on those who achieved fame between 1960 and 69, including John F. Kennedy, Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor, Neil Armstrong and Charles Manson. Then it's Sports Night at 10:20 with World Heavyweight Boxing, Riddick Bowe versus Mike Dokes, football highlights from the Premier League, Master Snooker from Wembley, and World Skiing in Japan. And that's Wednesday evening here on BBC1. Now look at the weather. Well, tonight will be overcast with mist in many areas and local patchy fog over hills and coasts. Some places will be dry, but further spells of drizzle are likely in the east, parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. Everywhere will have a colder night than last night, but most places will escape a frost. Wednesday will again start off dull, cloudy and quite misty with local drizzle, and these conditions will continue throughout the day in much of northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland. Elsewhere it will become drier and a little brighter in the afternoon, especially in southern England and parts of western Wales, where there might even be the occasional sunny interval. Wednesday will feel colder, particularly in the east, with temperatures ranging from 4 to 8 Celsius. And there we are, that's the weather. And what does that do? Well, it takes us very nearly to 18 minutes past 1, and BBC1 is closing up for the evening. May I remind you about our colleagues on radios 1 and 2? They're there with their own sorts of music and conversation through the night, and of course regular news bulletins. But for me, Richard Strake, on behalf of all of my colleagues here, it is time to wish you a warm and peaceful good night. Good night.